What's up, guys? Welcome to another week, PCPR, Prep, Cook, Plate, Repeat. On this week's episode, we're making a classic Mexican dish, aguachile. Aguachile transfers, it means agua, which is water, chile, which actually means chili pepper. So we're making a shrimp aguachile, which is pretty much, we're going to take some shrimp, we're going to cure it with some lime juice and some salt, and then in our blender, in our handy blender here, we're going to make our aguachile. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to work on our shrimp right here. So these are 3640s, and all that means is that in a pound come 36 to 40 shrimp. So for instance, if you have 10 shrimp, that means that 10 shrimp per pound. So the lower the number, the bigger the fish. The bigger the shrimp. So in this case, this is 3640. That means that there's 36 to 40 shrimps per pound. So these guys are little. So first thing you want to do is we're going to take the tail right off. Take it right off. Then you're going to, with your hand, you're going to peel the skin, the shell, right off. Now I gave these a good rinse before I started working on them. We're going to give another rinse after we take the shell off. So now you have the shrimp is fully exposed, right? You're going to take a little paring knife, a little small knife, the smallest knife you have in your house. You're going to put the shrimp on the board here, or you can do it in your hand, however comfortable you feel. I'm just used to doing it in my hand, so I'm going to take the shrimp. Tip of my knife, I'm going to run from the top of the shrimp to the back. And this is also called butterflying. Take it, you're going to go all the way to the back. What we're doing here is we're exposing the shrimp, its backside, and we're going to remove any veins or any of the intestinal line. That's the black stuff here. So there's not too much on this shrimp. Just peel away at some of it. And then you'll do, as you can see on the other side, there is a small line of the intestinal lining. You do want to remove that. So take your knife and just scrape at it. Right, you see that it starts to come off like that? Just scrape at it. Just like that. Remove that. Beautiful. Now that your shrimp is cleaned, we're going to put it to the side. We're going to give these all a good rinse, and then we'll be right back to make the aguachile sauce. Alright guys, so now our shrimp is cleaned. I went ahead and actually cut the shrimp in half, so I just did it lengthwise. So when you were cutting it down the backside, clean it out, and then just put it on the cutting board and go down the whole way. So now that's done, I'm going to take a little bit of salt. First thing we're going to do. Salt. This is going to start helping with the curing process. So salt it, good amount of salt. Take a nice large lime, cut it in half, and then we're going to squeeze the juice. I got my little handy lime squeezer here. Really gets all the juices. So just squeeze that in there. Beautiful. Just like that. Now go in there with the little spoon. And just make sure that the shrimps are all kind of submerged in that liquid, because you want to start the curing process. Now, this is the way they make ceviche. They just take, some sort of fish. It could be haddock, it could be cod, it could be bass, whatever it may be. And then they start curing it with lime juice. They don't actually cook it, because the lime juice, the acidity from the lime juice is going to start cooking at the shrimp. So you want to leave this for about 20 minutes or so until it's nice and not super pink or that salmon color as you would get if you were to boil shrimp, but kind of a light hue of a salmon color. That tells me that it's done. So let that sit for about 20 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to start making our aguachile sauce. So I'll be right back to show you that. Alright, so we're going to start our aguachile sauce. Ingredients you're going to need for this: garlic, jalapeno, cilantro, limes, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then also, I took the liberty to get some radishes, because at the end of this, we're going to garnish the aguachile with some nice radishes. I'm going to put some of the radish tops, the leaves from the radish plant, into our sauce to also give it that radish flavor, that peppermint, that peppery flavor that you get from a radish when you eat it, and some brightness too to help with the color. So first thing we're going to do, normally people take the ingredients, the jalapenos, the garlic, they throw it directly into the blender and they do everything. I actually want to start with muddling out my garlic here. So I have about 6 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to take some jalapeno. Take the jalapeno. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to scrape some of these seeds out. You can leave the seeds if you like. It'll be a little hotter, but I'm going to take the seeds out because I want our sauce to be clean without seeds. So I'm just going to take and rough chop one whole jalapeno. Let's get those seeds out. And then just, again, rough chop the other jalapeno directly in. I'm not going to put the cilantro in here because if I do that, it's going to end up bruising the cilantro. And it's going to turn a different color on us. So I don't want to do that. We're going to add a little bit of salt because salt helps break down the garlic and the jalapeno. Helps break down the enzymes. So you're just going to take your mortar and pestle here. You're just going to start banging. Banging out. The whole reason we're doing this is because we're releasing the oils and all of the essential flavors that the jalapeno and the garlic has. Which really, instead of just throwing it in the blender and whipping it up, you're kind of not really extracting all that beautiful flavor that these veggies have. Now this doesn't have to be super, super mashed, like if you were making a sofrito or something. It can be just rough chopped or rough smashed. We're just looking for a little bit of that flavor to come out. Now at the bottom of this bowl is a little bit of oil and like some liquid. That's all that flavor that's coming out, which we're going to scrape directly into our sauce. So we're going to get this into our blender. We're going to set our blender up and we'll be right back to show you how to finish this up. Alright guys, so now our aguachile is ready to be made. First thing you're going to do in your mortar pestle, you're going to take out that beautiful garlic and jalapenos that were in there. Really get out that little bits of juice that are in there. Get that right in there. Beautiful. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some nice bunch of cilantro that we have here. Nice good amount. Tear it off and throw it right in there. Boom, beautiful. Next, we're going to take some of those tops of that radish that we spoke about and throw it right in there. There's a little stem in there, it's okay. It's going to get emulsified anyway. Beautiful. We're going to go in with a big lime. Now, after the sauce is done, we are going to check for seasoning. So sometimes it needs more lime, sometimes it needs more salt, pepper, right? So we always taste our final product. We never put it out. We always taste before it goes out. Beautiful. Just like that. Right in. All right. Next, we're going to go in with some salt. Good amount. Nice pinch. Right in. And a little bit of pepper we're going to go in as well. Right in. Okay. Then just to really bind all this beautiful sauce up, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Right in. Just like that. All right. And then let's blitz away. All right. So now our sauce is blitzed. We're going to taste for seasoning. It's nice. It's not super thick. It's a little loose. Should fall off the spoon just like that. You don't want a super thick sauce. You want it to be kind of watery, right? Let's give this a little taste. That's a good sauce. That's real good. All right. So now we're going to put this aside and we're going to start working on our garnish. So we're gonna julienne some red onions, and we're gonna slice some radishes to finish up, and we're also gonna fry off some tortillas. So we'll be right back to finish this whole thing up. All right, so we're gonna start measing up our ingredients. This is to finish the aguachile with. We're gonna take some of these ingredients, we're gonna toss them in, and then some of them are gonna be layered on top to finish. So first thing you want to do is you want to take half of a red onion, and we're gonna julienne this red onion. All julienning is you're making thin slivers. So with your knife, you're going to cut. You can take your time. Very thin pieces. Just like that. Take those pieces and just break them up with your hand. Beautiful. That's good right there. About a quarter of a red onion. Put that in a little cup here. And keep that to the side. Beautiful. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, take a jalapeno. Take a nice whole jalapeno here. You don't even have to break into it. You don't have to cut it down the middle. Nothing like that. We're going to take from the end, and we're going to make some little slices. So with the tip of your knife, get rid of that piece, and just make thin pieces of jalapeno. Again, if you're not very good with the knife, take your time. Keep your fingers here curled back, and put them in front, because that's how you take your finger off. Right? Don't do that. Keep them tail back. Knife of the blade should be right here. Can't cut anything right here. Just going down. Just like that. Beautiful. That's enough right there. We're going to take this, we're going to put it into a bowl. Next thing we're going to cut is some radish. Same exact way that we cut the jalapeno, we're going to cut the radish. Just trim off the tip and the front. And now we're going to make little slices like we did. If you have a mandolin at home, you can use a mandolin. It's super easy. It's quicker than this. You get more accurate cuts. I always like to work on knife cuts. Why not? It makes you improve them. Okay. A couple of slices is fine. Don't gotta go too crazy with that. Next, we're going to cut some slices of cucumber here. We're going to cut it. I'm going to keep the skin on. I want the cucumber to have a little bite. So take your knife, same exact way that we've been cutting the jalapeno and the radish. You're going to cut the cucumber the same exact way. Thin pieces. Just like that. That's good right there. It's enough cucumber. Alright, we're going to go right here to the side. Put that to the side. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to slice up our red pepper that we have here. Take the red pepper with your knife, insert it into the core right here, the middle. Take that right out. Right, so you hit the back of the pepper just like that to take any seeds that just came out. See all those seeds that came out? You don't want the seeds. Put that to the side. Next, take your pepper, cut it in half. See these ribs? They call ribs on the pepper. Remove those ribs. You don't want that. That's bitter. It has no flavor. Remove that. Beautiful. Now you have a plain pepper here to work with. Okay? We're going to cut this pepper in half. And we're going to put it, move that. And then now you're going to make little julienne pieces. Just like that. Take your knife. Beautiful. That's nice. Got some here. Put that in the bowl. I'll cut the rest of this pepper. Beautiful. And there you go. So now your garnishes are all ready. I have on the stove some oil ready to fry up some tortillas. I got some flour tortillas here to be fried. You can use corn if you like, if you have a gluten allergy. If you can't find these little guys in the store, you can always just take a whole tortilla and take a cup, some sort of soup cup or something like I have here where I keep the ingredients, something small like this, and just put it in the middle of the tortilla and press it and move it like that. And then you're going to get these little circular tortillas that we made. All right, so we're going to fry these up. We're going to get a plate with some paper underneath it just to catch any grease. When they come out, we'll salt them to give it a little flavor, and then we're going to plate everything up. So we'll be right back. All right, so we just finished cooking our tortillas. We seasoned them. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on this aguachile shrimp. So as you can tell now, the shrimp has that nice salmon color, pinkish color that it normally has when it's cooked. The lime did its job. The salt did its job. Underneath, you can see here, there's a lot of juice. We're going to discard some of it, but we're not going to discard everything. So what you want to do is take a little sifter here that we have, our catcher, and we're going to put the shrimp directly into it, and we're going to drain that salt, that residual liquid that came from the shrimp, but we're not going to get rid of it. So put your shrimp back into the bowl that originally was in, and then take a little bit of that liquid that came out from it and put it right inside. Just like that. Not too much. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now we're going to take our sauce that we made and pour directly into it. Just like that. Beautiful. That smells amazing. If we had smell-o-vision, I bet somebody would be drooling. Because I know I am. Now, mix all that beautiful aguachile directly into it. Beautiful. Okay. Now, next thing, we're going to add to this. So we're going to take some red onions that we beautifully julienned. Take some of that. Mix that into it. We're going to take some of these bell peppers that we cut right into it. And we're going to take some of these cucumbers. And we're not going to use all the cucumbers because we're going to use a little bit for garnish. We're going to use the cucumber for garnish, the radish, and the jalapeno, and some cilantro. So now just mix that up real nicely. Now again, we are going to check for seasoning. Beautiful. Now let's check for seasoning. We'll eat a little shrimp. Very, very good. A touch of salt. A little bit of pepper. And you're good. Beautiful. We'll be right back to plate all this up. Alright, so now we're going to start to plate this up. So we're going to take some nice spoonfuls and put it right there in the middle. Now you can always make this up to a few hours in advance. Obviously, the longer it sits, the better it will be. Let's plate that up. Evenly distribute everything around. Beautiful. Take a little bit of that sauce in the bottom. Just pour it around. Great. Next thing we're going to do is going to just garnish this with some jalapeno. Take those nice little pieces that you made, that you cut, and just put them all around. Beautiful. Same thing with the cucumber. Just lay the cucumber all around. Make it look pretty. Okay. And then some of this radish for some color, for some brightness. It looks good. It's nice when you take a bite and you have a little notes of radishes in there, those pepper notes. It's beautiful. Wonderful. You can always take a little bit of onion if you like to, just to put around. We had some onion left over, why not use it? Beautiful. We're going to finish this with a little bit of cilantro. You just take some leaves and then just put them just like that. Just scatter them around. And then we got some nice tortillas that we fried up. You can put them right on the side just like that. This is meant to be eaten with some tortillas. Nice little crunchy factor. There you guys have it. Shrimp aguachile with some tortillas. Super easy, super flavorful. It smells amazing. It tastes amazing. It's an easy recipe to make. And it's really, you can impress someone with this. I mean, this is kind of like restaurant quality dish. You see this in a lot of Mexican restaurants. They do it with different fishes, I said. It could be scallops, it could be shrimp like we did, it could be cod, any sort of nice fish. So, thanks for watching this week on PCPR. We'll catch you next time.